Welcome back to the first annual Telegraph-Herald More Than the Score Dunkie Awards. And here's your host, Jimmy Kim. Wait, Steve Ortman.
It's been a fantastic night so far. I know you're all ready for the main event. We've had some great awards so far. Boys Basketball Coach of the Year and the very special Secretary of Defense Award goes to Cascade Boys Basketball Coach Jacob Brindle. Tons of other awards, but I know you're ready for the main event, the All-Area TH Boys Basketball Player of the Year, and of course, will be given this prestigious John Stockton Dunkie Award trophy. Classic figurine right here. And it goes to the All-Area Boys Basketball Player of the Year. So to lighten the mood before we get to the big moment, the big honor, here's a couple basketball-related jokes for you, just to get you some giggles going here before we get to the big nerve-wracking honor here. Why are basketball players such messy eaters? Because they're always dribbling. Okay, rough crowd. Anyway, try this one on. Why did Cinderella get thrown off the basketball team? She always runs away from the ball. Can we cut to this is a rough crowd. Can we maybe cut to a more receptive crowd, please? There it is, thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes. Now, without further ado, here are the nominees for Telegraph-Herald Boys Basketball More Than the Score Dunkie Awards Player of the Year. Your nominees are Noah Carter, Dubuque Sr. Carter Stevens, Dubuque Sr. Cade Doherty, Bellevue. Harris Hoffman, Cascade. And Lucas Duax, Dubuque Hempstead. And the winner is... Nervous, this is exciting. Your Player of the Year is... Lucas Duax, Dubuque Hempstead High School.
Congratulations. Wow. What can I say? First of all, I'd like to thank Mr. Ortman and the Telegraph-Herald and the Dunkie Academy for, recognizing me for this prestigious honor. So I'd like to thank, Coach Deutsch for believing in me, for being with me the past 4 years as, a Mustang, and through the practices and the games, he's always been there for me. Thank you to my teammates, thank you to my family, and thank you to my brothers Robert and Connor, and Max and Michael for that matter, for allowing me to beat up on them in the driveway and picking on them and them helping me develop as a player. It's been a fun journey, great way to end it. So happy to be a part of it. Thank you, and go Mustangs.
Hello everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Telegraph-Herald More Than the Score. I'm your host Steve Ortman. Alongside me this week, the Telegraph-Herald Boys Basketball Player of the Year, Lucas Duax from Dubuque Hempstead. Lucas, how's it going? Thanks for coming on the show.
Good, thank you for having me.
Yeah, obviously a fantastic season for yourself as well as the Mustangs. Made it to the regional final, got some big wins along the way. Ended up losing a tight ball game to Cedar Falls on the campus of the University of Northern Iowa, kind of in Cedar Falls' backyard there. Great back and forth game. You had 31 points, a fantastic way to close your career. I know you wish you would have made it down to state, but kind of talk about the season and kind of how things ended there in that game against Cedar Falls.
Yeah, we did have a good season. It was a fun team to be on, a good group of guys. But, we didn't quite make it down to Des Moines, but we accomplished many things that we can be proud of. And it came down to a tight game, like you said, but just didn't pull it off, but nothing to hang our heads on.
Yeah, now going in against that game against Cedar Falls as a team obviously went on to win the state championship in impressive fashion. And what do you think it says about this Hempstead team? You go in to UNI, their backyard, against another fantastic guard on their end, and you had the lead for much of that game, and it was right down to the wire there in the fourth quarter.
It definitely says a lot about our toughness and how we are as a team. As we watch them go down to state and win the games that they did and won the championship by 20 against a very good City West team. We played them tough. We even beat them earlier in the year, but couldn't quite get it done. But definitely says a lot about our team.
Now, yourself, Keith Johnson, there was some key senior leadership on the team this year. Talk a little bit about that and how you guys kind of formed that chemistry to kind of lead this team this year.
Keith and I were both fortunate enough to play behind some very good players in the past couple of years that allowed us to embrace that leadership role and just take the next step into being a team leader and leading a team.
Now, you're a 3-year starter for Hempstead, closing the chapter there, great senior year, Player of the Year honors here for the Telegraph Herald. Moving on to Upper Iowa, talk about how excited you are to go there and kind of get a new career started.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I know the coaches very well, and there's a good group of guys up there. I'm definitely going to miss being a Mustang and the environment of high school basketball and all that. But looking forward to Upper Iowa.
All right. Well, I know if you checked out this past weekend, the Telegraph Herald All-Area team read a great story about Lucas there by Brendan West. But we're going to give you a very special speed game here to get to know a little bit more about Lucas Duax. Maybe few things maybe you didn't know. So are you ready for this? Ready to answer some quick questions? All right. We're going to start with favorite color.
Orange.
Orange.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why. Orange.
All right, moving on. This is always a tough one. Favorite movie.
Oh man. I'll go with The Blind Side.
Oh, going inspirational.
Yeah,
going inspirational.
Sandra Bullock.
All right. Now, how about favorite genre of music? What's your go-to?
Mystery.
Mystery?
A good crime movie. Yep.
Well, that's good to know. I did ask about your favorite music.
Oh man. I'll go pop.
Pop? You JT fan?
A little bit.
Oh, I love JT. Good choice. Anyways, how about a little challenge here? State capitals. Iowa?
Des Moines.
Okay, let's make a tour around the Midwest. Minnesota.
Oh man, St. Petersburg.
St. Petersburg. Close. St. Paul.
St. Paul.
All right. Wisconsin.
Madison.
Yes. Illinois.
Springfield.
Okay. Now he's catching fire. Missouri.
This
is a tough one.
Man, pass.
All right. Jefferson City, in case you're playing along at home. We'll finish up with Nebraska.
Omaha.
No. Lincoln.
Lincoln.
Those are tough because if you've never done that before, after like 6th grade, you don't remember those at all. I did it once and I barely hit like 50%. Anyways, moving on. School. UW Platteville or UW Oshkosh?
Platteville.
Platteville?
Yep.
Okay. Easier brother to beat in the driveway, Robert or Connor?
Connor 100%.
All right, who wins between yourself and Robert?
Oh, that's a tough one.
We got All-American for UW Platteville here on one side with Robert.
We go back and forth, but it depends on whose shot is on. Like it usually turns into a 3-point contest. But it goes back and forth, but I gotta say he wins the majority of them.
Well, I appreciate your honesty. All right, how about Max? How's he do against you guys?
He does well. He's got a good shot and he's quick. So he's a little shorter, so he can get by us a little easier. But we still beat up on him.
Sorry, Max. All right, now if you could star in a different sport than basketball, what do you think it would be? What would you go with?
Ooh. I'd go football. I kind of wish I would have played football.
Football? Now, piggybacking off that, if there's a coach at Hempstead that maybe you could be coached by, learn from, who would you go with outside of Kurt Deutsch?
I'd say Coach Rapp of the baseball team. Mm-hmm. He's been coaching me in baseball since 8th grade, and I really respect him, and he's done a good job.
Awesome. Okay. Funner is that a word?
Funner,
no, that's not a word. Thank you. See, that was one of the trivia questions, keeping him on his toes. More fun atmosphere for a city game versus senior versus Wahlert?
I'd go senior. The public-to-public school, I think, draws a bigger atmosphere to play in.
Games on the line, final seconds. Are you more scared if Carter Stevens has the ball or Noah Carter?
I'd say Carter Stevens. I think he does a good job, facilitating for himself as well as the other team, or not other team, his teammates. And then he's a threat to, shoot from the outside, and he can get to the hoop and a very good free throw shooter as well.
All right, final question. Toughest opponent you've ever faced? One player and team. Toughest team you've ever faced and the toughest player you've ever played against?
All of high school?
Yes.
The Iowa City West team last year beat up on us pretty bad. So I'd say the Iowa City West team from 2 years ago with the YLO House and that group beat up on us pretty bad.
They beat up on a lot of folks.
Toughest player, I'd go with Joe Weiskemp out of Muscatine. We played him in a scrimmage and he had 35 on us very quietly.
I'm not the boys basketball beat writer, but I believe he was the Mr. Basketball, wasn't he?
He was, yeah.
Mr. Basketball this year. Good choices. All right, anything else you want to share that maybe folks are dying to know about our player of the year? That's all I got. I'm tapped out on questions.
I don't think there is.
You good?
You did a good job.
All right. Well, I think that's a great note to end it on. Lucas Duax, Telegraph Herald Player of the Year, congratulations on a fantastic season and good luck continuing your career at Upper Iowa. That is going to do it for this week's edition of Telegraph Herald More Than the Score. I'm your host, Steve Ortman. We'll see you next week.